Hello again and welcome back. Today we're going to finish up that work from yesterday. I'll let you know what numbers, okay? And I do want you to copy the problems, show some work if you can, and then check your answers. Let's look up here. And by the way, for MCR class and geometry for that matter, the book is online. I went ahead and uploaded the first 6 chapters so you can work at home, okay? What you're going to do is go to Canvas, and then go to Files, and then download them. Okay, they should open up. All right, so here we go. This one right here is the absolute value. You have to do the absolute value first. So this right here becomes a positive. But you have a negative on the outside. So that negative is going to stay. So you're going to end up with a positive 4. A negative times a positive is a negative. Now this one is different than this one right here. This one is parentheses. Parentheses is not the same thing as absolute value. When it's absolute value, you have to do the inside first, and then if there's a negative, it stays a negative. Here, since it's parentheses, it's a negative times a negative, which is a positive 4. Make sure you understand the differences between those two problems. Again, this one, the negative stays. This one is a double negative. So there's a difference there. A composite number is like 4. 1 times 4 and 2 times 2. Composite means it has more than 1 times itself. So if it has more factors than its composite, like 5, 5 is prime. Because the only thing for prime is, or 5 rather, is 1 times 5. Nothing else. 10 is composite. It's 1 times 10, 2 times 5. All right, let's move on. A natural number starts with 0. Remember that? So it's actually, it does not start with 0. So it's 1, 2, 3, ... Okay, so a natural number does not have 0. Do you know which one has 0? Whole number and integers. This one right here, prime numbers. 1 is not prime nor composite. So it's not prime and not composite. Okay, it's a special one. I want you to look that one up. So 2 is a prime number, 1 times 2. 3 is a prime number, 1 times 3. 4 is not, 1 times 4, 2 times 2. This one's composite. 5 is a prime number, 1 times 5. Okay, so as long as you get the idea, prime numbers. Here you got to use an inequality. So here you see negative 7 is way over here, and negative 8 is a little further down the road. The closer to 0, the bigger it is. In other words, if you only owe $7, you're better off than the person who owes 8. So negative 7 is bigger. So you might want to put some teeth on this because the inequality eats the bigger number. This one right here is a double negative. A negative times a negative makes a positive. So a negative 4 plus 4 is 0. This one is a negative times a positive. If it's one negative, it's a negative. So now you have a negative 4 and a negative 4. If the signs are the same, you add them up and you get negative 8. Let me explain this. Let's say this is the water and you dive down 4 feet. Okay, down 4 feet. And then you're like, oh, this is great. So you want to dive down another 4 feet. Question is, how far down are you? Well, the total would be negative 8. Okay, so if the signs are the same, you add them. Make sure you know that rule and write that down. Same signs, add, and keep the sign. That's the rule, okay, if no one's ever told you. If the signs are the same, you add and keep the sign. All right, that's it for your bell work. I want you to go to page 118 or work yesterday's work up to 118. So it started on page 10. So I want you to go from page 10 to page 12. So page 10 to page 12. And that takes care of your bell work. Let's go on. If your geometry, copy this down. This is your bell work. Now, if you haven't been here for a while, this is week 1. Okay. At the end of the marking period, I'm picking up all your bell work. So don't turn anything in now. So this is Monday, Tuesday, and today is Wednesday. So copy that down. Let's talk about this. Here it says draw opposite rays and label. Well, opposite rays would look like this. So number one, you'd have a ray going like this and a ray going like this. Those are opposite rays. So put some dots and label it like ABC. So BC, or rather BA, is a ray. So BA is a ray, and then BC is the other one. Okay, so BC, those are opposite rays. Notice they both start with B. One goes left, one goes right. Notice the notation there. This one's going from B to A, and this one's going from B to C. All right, next one. Draw angle ABC. So just draw an angle, number 2, and label it ABC. Okay, now put point D in the interior. This is your interior in between. So just put a point D somewhere. Now draw another ray. Okay, and it says that angle DBC. So DBC is this angle. So this is 20 degrees. Angle ABC is the big one. So from here to here is ABC, and that's 100. So you're looking for this one. So 100 minus 20 is 80. So this one's got to be 80 degrees. So you're going to say angle ABD is equal to 80 degrees. If you want to show work, you're going to say X plus 20 is equal to 100. And it's a good idea to do that. Subtract 20, and you get X is equal to 80. And that's how you do that. All right, let's go on. A postulate is accepted without proof. Draw a collinear. Collinear is straight line. Okay, that's collinear. And non-collinear would be crooked points, like cue balls when you rack. This one right here says find the distance. The distance is the big number minus the small number. So big minus small. So the big number is 2. So it's 2 minus a negative 8. This is a double negative. So that becomes 8 plus 2 is 10. So it's 10 steps. It's 8 this way plus 2 more. Make sure you understand that formula. Today we're going to finish up the workbook, and I want you to go to number 41. Now you might be saying, okay, well, what is that? Well, I think you can figure it out, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Okay? So you're going to start on whatever page it was yesterday. Let me figure that out. Okay, my pages are a little messed up, but it's 1.1 in the workbook. And by the way, I now have the workbook loaded. Okay, you're going to go to Canvas, you're going to go to Files, and you're going to download the workbook. It's all there. All right, to number 41, 1.1. If you finish, make sure you copied the problems and showed some work. Okay, if you only turn in answers, I'm not going to give you full credit. All right, have a good morning.